Here we go!
Yes,
Bogdanov, he did it.
he bought,
He went all in.
dump it.
お前はもう死んでいる。
Alright, welcome back guys, hope you're doing great. My name is Jonas, I've been a trader for 8 years and I'm funded with FTMO, and currently I'm in a phase 2 challenge for Trader Central Fund. So now we want to do a little update on how it is going there. Basically, like you saw in the intro probably already, I have been going into drawdown and I am in a minus right now, which is kind of a bummer, but it is part of trading. And actually, I'm kind of excited that this happened because now you can see how to deal with losses and how it's still possible to pass a evaluation or, phase 1, phase 2, whatever it is, despite being in minus. Yeah, guys, and we will also take a lesson on how to do controlled minuses, how to take them, because taking a minus and dealing with a drawdown is actually the separation point between successful traders that belong to the 5% who can consistently make money and the unsuccessful traders who just blow their accounts in those kind of periods, right? So it all has to do with the mind, of course. The drawdown has nothing to do with trading actually, and this is the way how it normally works. So the big problem, what happened to me is I didn't take a controlled minus. This minus was actually a uncontrolled minus. Level up. And that is very dangerous, and that's why I'm absolutely not proud about this, but stuff like that can happen. So for me, this minus has actually occurred not because of trading, and I tell you, most of the time your minus that you get has nothing to do with trading and nothing with your system. It's all about psychology. For me, it was exactly the same. It is all about psychology that this minus happened, and I'm a very stable trader. I know exactly how to deal with these kind of situations, and I have a lot of experience. I have 8 years of experience. I know how to deal with this. Nonetheless, this minus happened not because my mind was unstable just in a random day. There was a factor that was out of my control, which then led me to become kind of emotionally or become kind of weak in my psychology, right? And we will definitely talk about that, and that's also a very interesting topic. The problem is this kind of situation is very difficult because the minus happens from a situation that is not in your control or something totally unexpected, like outside of your control. It's not about stop loss that was reached or anything like that, or it's not even about a setup that was going bad. For me, it has to do with the copy trader. Basically, the copy trader didn't work. That was the reason which led to all of the problems, right? But nonetheless, it's not about the copy trader.
This doesn't make any sense.
Nah, nothing makes sense here, man. The only thing that does make sense is that nothing makes sense.
Of course, the reason started with that, but this led to my psychology becoming weak, and actually that is not something that should happen. So I'm not proud of myself, but I'm glad this happened so I can document it, and I hope it's going to help other people. And this way it's much more fun, right? If I would have just passed the challenge already, it's just boring. It's good if you can see that I have drawdown, that there's a minus that I need to recover. This is much more interesting, and there's much more to learn from this. And for me personally, there's also things to learn. And I can tell you, most of the times these things happen because of some other reasons that you don't expect. All right, so let me briefly explain to you what exactly happened, and then I can also show it to you on the charts. But just a little disclaimer, the charts have nothing to do with this minus. Literally, the charts have little to do with trading at all, in my opinion. All right, as you guys know, I work with copy trading, so I have multiple accounts. One of them is a 200k FTMO funded account. One of them is a Trader Central Fund challenge account where I am in phase 2. two. One of them is a 50k Trader Central funded account, like instant funding, real account. And the newest account I have been adding is a 1 million account for Search Trader Audition. All right, so I'm auditioning to get 1 million of funding there. And this account basically got me in all of the problems. So because first of all, the account is big, right? So that's already a factor on your mind, which can be difficult, right? It can attack your mental stability in trading because it's a 1 million account. There is a trailing drawdown on this account of 5%, but I will explain about this later more in other videos, because I will do different videos only about the Search Trader Audition, of course. So this is an account you need to be very careful with, especially the first 5%, because as long as you don't have 5% plus, you have a 5% trailing stop loss always, or trailing max drawdown, which trails you, and that's not a nice situation. And basically what happened, I copy my trade from one account to all the other accounts. And in this scenario, the first day with Search Trader, everything was working fine. I made plus and I made $5,000 on this account. Let me actually show you quickly the dashboard. All right, guys, we're here in a Search Trader, and this is an audition for a 1 million account. We have to make 10% plus here, but at the same time, we're not allowed to go 5% in drawdown. And this drawdown, as you can see here, is a trailing drawdown first. Unless you reach 5% plus, then this drawdown becomes static. And you can see my high watermark was about 5K. And after that, I went into drawdown. And at the moment, this account is about 4K in minus. And like I said, I will keep you updated about the Search Trader Audition. This will be coming in a separate video series in the future. All right, guys, welcome back. So you could see the dashboard of Search Trader and what was going on there.
About that fortune of yours, I believe it's just been substantially reduced.
Basically what happened, I was copying signals there, and the first day it went all well and I could finish with profit. And in the first day I only had, I think, one trade or two, so there was no problem. On the second day, however, right in the beginning when I started, I had some problems with signals that were not really copied or something. And the first trade was already going bad, so I had some minus there. The second trade was going good again, so I had a little bit of plus. And the third trade was like a disaster.
Wow, it's just like real life, man. What the?
Basically what happened is on the third trade, the trade was not copied at all. So I looked in Search Trader and I saw, okay, there's no trade there, and the price was still good. So I thought, okay, I will just go in manually then. So I put in the trade manually.
No, 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 no.
Then I went back into my other accounts and looked how the trade was going there. Then, of course, it had to become bad. The trade was going in minus, and I don't know why the trade was going in minus fast. So I went back on Search Trader and checked how the minus is there, and all of a sudden I was so shocked. Two positions were in there.
Say what?
Both red in minus.
Oh no, we're diving again.
And I was thinking, no, how is that possible? Because I just should have one position in there. And it was double the size, everything in minus. And that by itself would have been bad, but still, you know, it's okay. So I wanted to close those positions immediately. And then pressing the X button in MetaTrader didn't work. So that was the one thing that broke my psychology, right? Or my state of mind in that time, because I pressed the button, the X button, and this MetaTrader just gave me some kind of weird noise that I have not heard before, and positions just wouldn't close. You press the X button, nothing happens. So I take the stop loss closer and it just doesn't close it. And I'm just watching this go into minus. And then, this account went from 1 million and 5K in plus to 1 million, and I was thinking, man, I want to close. I don't want to go under 1 million, but of course it went more minus, and then finally I was about 10K in minus. Finally it let me out, right? Finally I could close these positions, but it needed to be with 10K minus, of course, after multiple times pressing the X button, right? And So basically that stuff happened, and it kind of broke my state of mind, which should never happen as a trader, right? But this was a factor from outside, and it was kind of heavy on me. And I looked in my other accounts, because at the time when I looked in Search Trader, I was just focusing on close it, close it, close it. Of course there was a stop loss, but you know, I saw it didn't even do anything, and I, you know, took the stop loss closer and closer, and still it touched it and wasn't closing it, right? So it could have been just going more and more and more in minus, and I could have failed this account. And yeah, and the audition at Search Trader is expensive, of course, it's not for free. And yeah, that was terrible, right? And so finally, when I got out, I could finally look at the other accounts, because I was totally neglecting them, and of course they were all kind of in minus. And yeah, it was not nice, and you know, my mental state was also not good. Still, I finished that day, I accepted it was a very bad day, and stuff like this happens. And that was basically it, right? These things can happen, it doesn't mean you're a bad trader, but for me, I didn't like it, because my worst case scenario is 2% on the account, and I always finish the day with 2% minus, always. In this case, you can see my accounts went in 3% minus, which should have never happened, right? And I know how dangerous the market is. If you have one time some instability in your mind, you will be eaten alive, right? They will take you and they will finish your account in the same day. And that's why I really don't like what happened. Of course, I only got out with minus 3%. You can say only. Some people would say, oh, that's nothing. But for me, that is more than worst case. And this is in the production line process. I talked about this, and I always talk about this. We are in a production line. Every outcome needs to be the same. In a production line process, this is also very bad. It's an outcome that should never come out of the production line, right? And yeah, it's just not nice. All right, guys, we're here in the trade copier, so let's look at the accounts then. So first of all, we want to see how is the Trader Central Fund phase 2 going. So you can basically see I was going very stable, and almost I was you know, almost at 2%. If I would be at 2% plus, I would have been halfway through this challenge after like 1 week or whatever it was. And then this big worst case minus day happened. You know, I'm only allowed to lose 2%, but it was actually 3% in total, and I crashed down to about 1.5% minus. Which is very bad, I'm not gonna lie. And then the next couple of days I just recovered it like normally, so I'm expecting this kind of equity curve to come again, and we will be in plus again soon. From the equity curve, this looks of course horrible. It's like a big minus like that should not happen. That's why I'm telling you it's an uncontrolled minus. This is not a controlled one, and an uncontrolled minus is just not professional. But whatever happened, right? We will talk later in this module about how to deal with things like that, and how to detach from trading, stuff like this. I have a little education module for you, which is part of my whole education package, and I will show it to you here for free, a little bit at least of it, and I think it can help you a lot. All right, guys, so the good thing is that we could recover, and at the moment we are only 0.57% down, so that is not much. You can see the balance is going to be almost 200k again, so we're back in the game. And this minus, like I said, was 3% in total, which is also no problem. We are allowed to lose 5% in 1 day here, so everything is still okay. Let's see in the statistics. Of course, the statistics, they need to become bad. When we're in minus, the profit factor will automatically also be in minus, and you can see the average win loss is still very good. I was controlling it very good here, and just the win rate is now bad, because this thing, you know, triggered my psychology, of course. And after this I had a little bit more of losing going on, right? And that's just how it is. My statistics were actually going very well in this kind of area. I was already feeling it's too well, I should get drawdown soon, and my feeling was right. I just didn't expect it to be this big. Okay, but actually before that, the statistics were way too good. Here I had a 70% win rate, only a 30% loss rate, and here I had an average win about 900 and an average loss of about 400 or something like that. So it was insanely good in this kind of area. So I knew these statistics, they will get worse. Just didn't expect this kind of uncontrolled fall. All right, and how will I resolve this? So first of all, the copy trader, I changed the copy trader now. I am with social trader tools, like you can see here. I am still with them for all other accounts, because for all the other accounts, it's okay, it works. But for this 1 million account in Search Trader, I did a lot of testing the next couple of days, always with 0.1 lot size, and it never worked. So this problem was not just a one-off problem, it was consistently not working. All right, so then the option would be to trade it manually. However, I tried now a other copy trader. I tried Duplicum and I tried Forex Solutions, and both of them work with the 1 million account. So I will work with those copy traders now for this 1 million account, right? And I will definitely not manage this account with Social Trader Tools anymore, because it just doesn't work, right? Every trade, it comes in 4 or 5 minutes delayed. And then if you don't know about this and you open manually a position, you will be in there 2 times and you don't even want this. And if you want to close trades, a lot of times it doesn't close them. It just doesn't let you out. It's terrible, man. And so this is why Social Trader Tools is a very nice tool. I don't think it's bad at all, but it doesn't work with 8cap. Because the Search Trader, this company works with 8cap. If you work with 8cap and you want to do copy trading, this is what I learned from this experience. And 8cap, they work together with Man Funding and with other companies like Funded Academy, Man Funding, and Search Trader. Don't use Social Trader Tools, otherwise you can be screwed maybe. So that is what I learned from that, and definitely be aware of that. Alright guys, so here we are at Trader Central Fund. So I logged into the dashboard and you can see I highlighted the OTF challenge. So this is the phase 2. Currently we are $1,100 in minus roundabout. So this is not bad at all. It's not even 1% in minus anymore. And so I'm very confident we can recover it. Also the graph today, I'm happy with that. We went up again and did some plus today in total. So I'm totally fine with that. So now let's look at the portfolio overview. How does it look there? All right, guys, and here we are in the portfolio overview. So I highlighted again OTF challenge, and you can see we have everything green. Actually, we have been trading for 10 days already. Today has been the 10th day, and so so far we are okay. And today we did well. We achieved some plus, so we could go 9,900 in minus today. But of course, I'm not trading today anymore because the plus was achieved. And actually, I recorded a trade today, which I will also show you later on, so you can see practical example of how I trade. And so further, you can see this is the worst point I have had, which was about 4K in minus, which happened on this Thursday, where everything went haywire and this problem with the copy trader attacked my psychology. All right, guys, then the profit target, of course, we have not achieved it, so it's red, and we are a little bit down, and so we still have around 4 or 5% to go. But I'm very confident I can achieve it, because we are only 10 days in, guys, and we have 60 days here. So this is no problem. Just need to stay stable and trade normally, right? Otherwise, we have no violation here in martingale or group trading, so that is very good. And now we look at the Bagley score, which is still good. I've managed it very well, except for that one day where I went down there. The Bagley score was, of course, not good. Other than that, it's also very good. And the record, this is where all the data, I think, is accumulated, and this is still 80%. All right, guys, unfortunately, you can see February is red, so we have 0.6% minus now. But like I said, I'm confident I will recover this in the next couple of weeks. So no problem here, and I think we will still pass this challenge, and I will keep you updated here, because I really like to pass this challenge, because as soon as I have passed it, I will wait until Trader Central Fund will establish bank wire payouts, which they will do in Q1 of this year. So I'm very excited about that. And once they do that, I will immediately try a payout, right? I hope I will do maybe 2 or 3% on the account, which would be around $5,000 or $6,000, something like that, or 4,000 to 6,000. And then I will try the payout, right? Because this is kind of a sum where it's nice to see if they can do the payout. I think they will do it. It's not a huge sum, but it's also not a very small one. It's not only a couple of hundreds, right? So And that can give also other traders some confidence in this company, right? Some confidence that this actually works here. And I definitely want to do a payout. And after that payout worked, then I'm actually planning on scaling the account. So then I'm planning to do 10% plus and another 10% plus, so 20% in total. Maybe take 1 year for that or something like that. And after that, my account would be at 1 million, right? Because they double your account every 10% if you don't pay out. So my idea is try to pay out first. Then after this, if it works, keep going and scale the account to 1 million. And from there, of course, I will do regularly payouts. All right, that much from the Trader Central account. I will keep you updated, of course. Now we want to look into this trade I have done. I have a trade example for you. All right, guys, welcome back. So before we go into the trade I have recorded today, there is one last thing I want to show you. And this is something very, very exciting. I made a little teaser of the stuff that you can expect to come in this channel very soon. Because I have more content I want to bring you. So yeah, without further ado, let's run the trailer and see you on the other side. Peace. Guys, I want to take you with me on a potential trade opportunity. We're looking here at the euro dollar. I trade this pair often, also GBP USD I trade often, and maybe there is a short opportunity coming here. Maybe with this candle we need to see, because it's still going to take 3 more minutes for the close. If the close is not convincing enough, then I don't take the setup. However, you know, I look always in 1 hour and daily, and I see on daily we are actually in a thrust down, and we touch the body high of the prior day. So we're in this area. There's a possibility that this green candle today will still try to test the complete daily high point. That could be. However, this area could also be, you know, giving us a reversal already. So now looking at 1 hour, if I see a convincing close right here, I would like to take this trade down here. Just asking for 10 pips if I can get it. Yeah, it's a little bit big from the distance. If I could get in up here at a cheaper price, it would even be better. Maybe 8 or 10 pips. Yeah, let's see. But the close also needs to be convincing. So I'll give you an update if I do it or not. And yeah, let's see once the candle has closed. All right, guys, so like I explained before, we are now in the trade, just the setup I explained before. And as you can see, the account, yeah, we have this minus going on at the moment. It's not that much, but it's also not that nice. And let's see how this trade will work out here. It was also copied through on the other accounts. Let me check it out. So this is the $1 million account here. It's also copied through. Let's open the chart quickly here. Now let's hope that it will go down here. Problem is this close was not so nice actually. I wanted to have a little bit more convincing close. So kind of risky this position. But I think because of the daily, there is a chance that it will just dip down here a little bit and then I would be out already. So let's observe it, and yeah, let's actually go back quickly to the other account. I don't know how long this will take. If it takes too long, I need to stop the video, cut it, and you know, then edit it later, of course. Yeah, guys, there you go. And you see, I always try to catch maybe 10 pips. The maximum I do is 20 pips. If I see there's a lot of room, then maybe I can go for 20 pips, but I don't do more. Because that's just asking too much from the market. The more you want, the lower your win rate is going to be automatically, and lower win rate just means higher risk for your account. About my stop loss, it's up here right now, so it's kind of a lot. I normally don't work with the risk reward 2-to-1 and 3-to-1 because I don't think it's good at all. I think what most traders tell you about risk reward is actually nothing you should do. But that's just my personal opinion. And what I normally do if I get a counter signal, so let's say this candle closes green up here, then I can go out manually. but I definitely wait for the close. So this stop here is just for the worst case. It's just gonna be here for 1 hour until the 1 hour closes. After that, of course, the trade can be exited manually or managed or something. So I'm not planning to let it run here in the worst case. This is just if it explodes now up here and with this 1 hour, then nothing I can do. Then I will take 30 pips minus. That's what it is. But as you can see, my statistic, normally I don't have any problem with risk reward because my risk reward is actually good. I win normally more than I lose. I just don't work with those small stop losses because the market will manipulate you out if you have small losses and then you're out. That's why my stop loss is always measured from ATR, and I want to have multiple ATRs when opening the trade, because when opening a trade, what normally happens, like it's now, the trade always goes in minus first. That's normal, and in that sense, I don't want to be stopped out unnecessarily. All right, guys. So I will stop the video, I think, for now, because it's gonna take a while. I can see already in 15 minutes, it's gonna take at least half an hour longer. So we're gonna wait, and I give you an update later. We're getting closer to the target. I'm now in the Signal account to potentially close this manually if it gets close to take profit, or maybe it can even be hit by the take profit. As you can see in trading, even if it's only about 10 pips, it can take quite a while. But for me, this kind of style is a lot more relaxing than swing trading or any of that stuff. I used to do that, of course, and that's also how I passed my FTMO challenges in the very beginning, maybe 1.5 years ago or something. But once I managed the account, I realized swing trading is way too stressful. If you want to have like a normal life and still do prop trading, yeah, I wouldn't recommend it. Me, I personally went into drawdown. I got 2 payouts with FTMO, which was very good because I read in the statistics of actually not FTMO but my Forex funds that like 69% of traders are not able to get to the first payout even if they're funded. That's a very high number, so I didn't realize how fortunate I was. I could do 2 payouts with FTMO before my drawdown happened, and that time I was still swing trading and aiming for high targets like, oh, I'll need 5% plus, maybe even a 10% month or something like that. And that's just unreasonable. That's why I went in drawdown, and it was just a depressing time and a lot of stress, always watching positions overnight. Oh, I cannot lose more and whatever, because I was 6% down, and 10% down, you lose the account. And yeah, so this was a very bad time. And then to recover, the drawdown took 2 months and you didn't earn anything. It was very weird because you call yourself a funded trader, but you cannot earn anything from trading. It's very weird. And then I got out of the drawdown after 2 months. And then I changed my whole strategy completely. And I was just thinking, how can I make this more consistent? How can I make sure I get a payout in the end of the month? And I realized with swing trading, I can't do it, because if you have a swing that takes multiple days or even a week or maybe even longer than a week, and it's going to be a loss, then a lot of time of the month, a lot of time from the month is done. And if that loss is there, then you're probably going to need another couple of weeks to recover it. So then the chances of having any kind of payout are going to be slim. And also with swing trading, the problem is you want to, gain like 2-3% or even more, because it takes a lot of time. And then when you lose, you also get a good drawdown normally on the account going on. And so that's why I don't like swing trading. And especially if you have 2 swing trades that just lose in a row, that's terrible, man. And you're gonna be maybe 2 weeks in the month, half of the month is done, you're probably gonna be, I don't know, 2% down minimum. If you risk 1%, maybe you're gonna be 3% down, maybe even 4%. And you're never gonna recover this. And this is too much already, because you're only allowed to go 10% down in FTMO, right, before you lose the account. So that's why it's way too stressful. Once you're 4% down, because maybe multiple swing trades didn't work out and you lost a lot of time, you're in a really bad spot, right? And then prop trading is actually a curse. The funded account is a curse, because everybody asks you, hey, you are funded, how much money you make? Like, oh, nothing, I'm in drawdown. And that is just silly, right? That is so silly. So that's why I stopped that kind of trading style. I still do it in personal accounts, but not in prop trading. Prop trading, in my opinion, is just not good for that. All right, and yeah, what I do, I like 10 pips in a day, and then I want to be flat. I don't want to do anything else. So if this trade would work out, that would be my final trade for the day already. I would definitely finish, because then I would be up one trade. You can see what happened today. Unfortunately, it was not a nice day, not an easy day. I like those days. First trade, boom, profit, done. Shut down the computer, do nothing. And here you can see my first trade in the morning was euro-dollar. What did I do? Yeah, I shorted it down here, and you can see it immediately went up, and I had to close it. I didn't even wait for the 1 hour close, because I could see already there's too much momentum, better to go out manually. So I closed it, which was a good call. I lost 12 pips here, something like that. And yeah, so then I was a minus. Then the second trade I did today is GBP USD. Let me get this up. So here I did a long position. I bought here. I went out here. The exit was very good, perfectly timed, as you can see. So I made again around 15 pips here. So I'm up maybe 2 pips or something, basically nothing for today. And so if this trade would work out here, let's go back, then I would have my target, you know, here 8 pips would already be enough. Then I have my 10 pip target for today, and I could close the computer. Yeah, and this is how you should work. You should reward yourself, right? Trading is bullshit. Trading is cancer. It's poison. You don't want to spend your whole day here. I will reward myself and do something nice, right? I will probably cut this video later, but anyway, I will still do something nice. I can go outside, I can enjoy my life, right? It's gonna be very nice, and you need to reward yourself. Maybe watch a nice movie, just do something that is fun for you, and stop trading, right? All right. So we're still rating here. We could maybe get out soon, but I want just a little bit more. If it could touch this low of that candle at least, then I would go out. Let's see. I actually like those slow markets. I like when they are very slow like this, because there's nothing hectic going on. You can always react, and this kind of stuff I like. And yeah. So all right. So a little bit more. Come on. And today also news is coming out, so I would like to be flat. So that's gonna be in a little bit more than an hour from now. So that also would be nice to be flat when the news come in. All right, guys, I think we're gonna cut it here. 120 is good. All right, so we cut it. It's good enough. And let's look at the other accounts, because I'm already up anyway 2 or 3 pips, so I don't need those whole 10 pips. And now this is the 1 million account. Let's take a look here. So, oops, that's the wrong pair. So trade is copied here also. Probably it's gonna dip a little bit more, so maybe I should have waited, but whatever. And you can see here we're also up now. Yeah, what means up? We're still in drawdown because of that stuff that happened with the copy trader. Look, guys, here there was the little touch of the wick. Here you go. Now I should have gotten out. So 2 pips more or something would have been possible. And yeah, anyway, what was I talking about? Yeah, so this account is still in drawdown. Unfortunately, it was already 4 or 5k in plus, right? And then this problem happened with the other copy trader tool, and yeah, that was very bad. But I'm pretty confident I can recover this, because this is not much. This is not even 0.5% anymore. And take a look, guys. I should have been a little bit more patient here. Yeah, it would be very close to take profit now, but it's okay. You're never gonna get the perfect exit either. As long as I can make my few pips, I'm happy, right? All right, and yeah, let's go back quickly on the other accounts. So this right here. All right, this right here is the Trader Central account. Yeah, you can see 2 pips more would have been possible. It's okay. So the Trader Central account, like I said, is unfortunately also in drawdown because of that one bad day where all of that stuff with the copy trader happened, and I was psychologically in a bad state of mind. Didn't experience this in a long time. but that was just too much what was going on. And I'm still proud of myself. I just ended the day and accepted that this stuff happened. This is because this is part of trading. This is what you don't understand. It's not about charts. It's about everything else. It's about quitting and stuff like this. This is just a routine, like you're in a gym. If you do a workout, after the workout, you also need to eat a good meal or do your proteins or whatever it is. It's the same here. After trading, you need to detach emotionally. You need to accept the loss if it's a bad losing day, and if it's a worst case day, like it happened for me. That day was even over worst case, because my worst case is 2% minus. I was 3% in minus suddenly because everything was haywire. Yeah, but still I accepted it, and it's okay. This can be recovered. Nothing was breached, no daily loss, nothing was breached, and this can be recovered easily. Alright guys, for the last section of this video, I wanted to talk about this module that I have, which is part of my education material. And this module here is concerned with drawdowns and losing, and how to take controlled losses and not uncontrolled losses, and how to get out of any drawdown and build some nice equity curve like you see here in the picture. This is actually from my social trader tools, and this is actually the phase 1 account, as you remember, which is here in the picture, phase 1 of the Trading Central challenge, of course, which was passed. All right. So, but I realized that this video has been getting quite long here. So I thought it's better to make a cut here and actually do this module, this sneak preview, in a second video, right, in a separate video. And that way it's also much easier to find it, and people don't have to scroll all the way back to the end of this video. If you're interested in this, just subscribe to my channel, and you will see when I upload a separate part about the education on drawdown and building equity curves, right? So I see you in that module, and I wish you a wonderful trading week, much success with your personal trades, and I hope you had fun with this video. Take care. Bye bye.